1/3 of Australian children are failing to meet basic educational standards, according to the latest NAPLAN. The data has been described as disastrous. Here's Holly Stearns.
Almost 500,000 students are not where they need to be. In fact, they are falling behind results from when NAPLAN testing started in 2001. 1/3 of all students are not meeting basic literacy and numeracy standards, and more than 1 in 10 are so far behind they need additional support. The results reveal New South Wales, ACT and WA are the best overall performers. Queensland and the Northern Territory are the worst performers in literacy. Migrant children are outperforming Australian-born students in literacy and numeracy. Females outperformed males in writing across every year group, and males outperformed females in numeracy. Metropolitan schools performed better than remote schools, and a deep divide as First Nations children are underperforming at 4 times the rate of their non-Indigenous classmates. The NAPLAN report card will factor into discussions between the states and the Commonwealth over new public school funding. About $16 billion in funding is being negotiated. Only WA and Northern Territory have reached deals.
I'm devastated for our kids. We can't accept this. It's not good enough, and I want to see a strong message come out of the federal government about what they're actually going to do when they sit down at the table with their state counterparts. It's got to be more than just a bun fight about money and responsibility.
Victorian students have not improved their national rankings in any areas. The state is struggling with persistent teacher shortages.
Well, we can see a battle between Labor at a federal level and, of course, Labor at a state level between education funding at the moment. But it's the children that are actually falling through the cracks and are not being thought about in this battle between education Labor ministers.
I will be writing to every federal Labor politician this week, calling on them to lobby the Prime Minister, the Treasurer and the Federal Education Minister to get a better deal for our public school students in the latest round of school education funding.
The state opposition blames major delays to promised school upgrades and classroom reforms on state and federal Labor's debt management.
Today, 1,600 teacher vacancies. That's more than double than what was at the start of the school year. That means that students are in classrooms that are doubled up. It means that they're being sent home from school or being forced to have private study because there simply aren't enough teachers to be in the classroom and make sure they're being taught those foundational skills.
Overwhelmingly, if you look at the data, you see Victoria at every level, apart from the ACT, at every level and in every domain leads the nation. But we can't rest on our laurels. That's why we have a really big reform agenda in education, putting phonics at the heart of how we're teaching our young people to read. A real focus on explicit instruction.
Some educational experts say for a country as prosperous as ours, the results are disappointing.